All right, hello guys. This is A.J.DoubleU here. This is inside the Saguaro National Park. I just wanted to kind of take you around. If you're new to the channel, my name is AJ, and recently we've been out looking for anything related to Nancy Guthrie, 84-year-old who's been missing for over 4 months now, over 120 days. We're kind of just out looking for clues and also just trying to keep awareness on the case, trying to keep attention on the case, and as well let people know that there's still people out there looking for Nancy and any other missing persons who might be out there that haven't been found yet. Because unfortunately a lot of people go missing, and a lot of people are still out there that haven't been found. So we're kind of out here looking all over the Tucson area. I do videos all over the Tucson area, but this specifically is the Saguaro National Park. A lot of people have mentioned areas like this, vast desert areas like this that are possibilities. Obviously there's a lot of choices out there in the desert, so nobody really knows for sure, but I try to go and at least check places off the map. At least I can do my part, do something. This is out Saguaro National East here. You can see, move the camera a little bit over this direction. Sorry, we're driving here, so we're kind of pulling over to show you guys. There's actually old mines up here. Old mines, abandoned mines. Just acres and acres of open desert areas you can pull off the road. Easy access into the desert here. Look at all the big rock formations out there. A lot of cool hiking trails out here as well. Go up there. Definitely a lot of cool spots out here, but also a lot of spots that you could, if you're a criminal, hide something or try to get away with something, try to hide evidence or hide a body or something like that as well. So you can see it's just a very large area here. So I'm kind of just driving through to show you guys. This is just one spot. This is just one area of the park. Look how big it is out here. I actually got some cool saguaro. Look at that. That's an interesting looking saguaro back there. It takes a long time for the saguaros to grow their arms like that. If you're new to the kind of desert landscape, like that one over there on the left. Oops, focus on it. You can see where the water would be, when it does rain, the water would be flowing down the mountainside there, hillside. We'll kind of take you around here, take you around the loop here, so I'll put you back up front here. So here you can see there's just another little pull out like this. There's areas like that throughout this whole Saguaro National Park and the roads surrounding it as well, not just the park itself, but all the roads surrounding it. There's dirt roads, there's paved roads, dead end roads, there's pullouts kind of like that on the side of the roads as well. But yeah, just look at how vast area, vast these hills are, and we're gonna keep climbing here in elevation. I wanted just to take you guys on this tour because it's kind of hard to do it on the live stream without like Starlink or something. I'm not sure how great the quality would be if I was driving through all this, because it's a pretty remote area. It's pretty cool scenery, but it also shows you, just like I've said, how big of an area this is, how hard it is to search out here, but it doesn't mean that you can't try. All the rock formations. All sorts of cool wildlife out here as well. Of course, the rattlesnakes, coyotes, the javelinas, the bobcats, the mountain lions, birds, all sorts of different stuff out here. I'll show you on the side. You can see a better view of the side there. That turns into like a waterfall when it's kind of monsoon season out here, when we get heavy rains, the runoff from the mountains out there. And there are some smaller washes in this Saguaro National Park as well. We'll probably drive by one of them up here shortly. All right. Here's another pull out, some trails that you could go on. So off to the right there, that white color off in the distance there, that's some of the Air Force Base, I believe. Let's show you, I'm stopped here. Some cool big saguaros here. One right in front of us here. You can see you get a little bit higher in elevation and it's just saguaros everywhere, the saguaro cacti everywhere. See, look at all of them. Look at all of them. Wow. It's more rocky out here as well. So you can see pretty rough terrain. And there's the whole perimeter around the actual park itself. This is the actually inside of the park, but then there's areas all around it as well. and roads that go up against it. This is just a little look at just one of many areas, many possibilities here. I wanted to show you guys around. And there's Saguaro National East and Saguaro West. This is Saguaro East. And of course, there's Mount Lemmon, the Catalina Mountains. Nancy Guthrie lives in the Catalina foothills. This is kind of a windy road here. So now you can start to see in the back there, way in the distance, that's part of the Catalina Mountains. That's where Mount Lemmon is. The peak is Mount Lemmon. It's like 9,100 some odd feet up there in the distance. Out that way, those mountains are the Catalina Mountains, Catalina Mountain Range. And then there's a little birdie. And then off to my right now is the Rincon Mountains. Mica Mountain is the peak over there. That's like 8,700 feet. But there's not a road that takes you up to Mica Mountain like there is that takes you up to Mount Lemmon. You can take Catalina Highway to get up to Mount Lemmon. So I'm a local in the area, born and raised in Tucson, so I'm kind of familiar with most of the areas. Obviously not everything, but just from growing up here, you get familiarized with certain spots like everyone does in their local areas. There's also Reddington Pass that's out that direction as well, out to the right of your screen. Reddington Pass. There's a lot of other areas too, surrounding Tucson areas. You can go out the Oro Valley direction. You can go out the Cerrito direction. You can go out towards the border, towards Nogales, or we're not short of areas really, so it kind of makes it, like people say, that needle in a haystack. It doesn't mean you can't at least keep bringing awareness to the case, let people know that there's still people putting pressure on authorities to try to solve the case, try to find answers for the family and for the community. I mean, this person or people are still out there enjoying their freedoms. Why they've taken someone else's freedoms away and ruined another family and friends, and some evil person or persons are still out there. So if anyone watching, if you're not familiar with the case, maybe do some research, look about it. If you're in the Tucson area and somehow you haven't heard about the case and live maybe in the Catalina foothills, or know somebody who around the time when Nancy was taken started acting funny or afterwards, or I don't know, people always mention the red flags, seeing red flags beforehand or after. If you noticed any kind of red flags, anything at all, I mean, you can do it anonymously through 88 Crime. You can report it to the FBI. You can report it to the Pima County Sheriff's Department. There's over $1 million reward on the line for information leading to the resolution of the case. You can see way out in the distance there. So if money's your motivation, there's money on the line. It's just the right thing to do now. This person is still out there, and it's just pretty. The whole thing is just so sad. All right, so this is just another side of the park here, just taking you around. The vast areas out here. Yeah, look at that. Look at how big of an area this is, guys. Look at that. Way out in the distance there. That's like the Tanque Verde area straight out there towards the base of that mountain. Little pull-out spot right there. There's little pull-out spots every so often. There's another little small one right here. Here's one of the washes I was talking about. I can't remember the name of this one. Javelina wash or something like that. You can see they put some small rocks up, but get the camera over here. And you can see, like some of the other washes that I've been to, you can easily you could pull over on the side. There's a spot right above me, right in front of me, where you can just pull over. Easy access. See that spot right up there to the right? Easy access right there. And this whole time I've been driving, I haven't had any cars behind me. I mean, I don't know how long it would take you. Wow, look at the flowers on the top of the saguaros up there. Blooming. That's cool to see. Very cool. The top of the saguaro cactus. continue on here. This will take us all around Saguaro National Park here. There's another little pull out right there. I think you forget, at least I forgot how big of an area this was until I back out here with you guys. Oh, that lizard made it. There's another little pull out here. Parking on the left here. There's actual parking spots. I'll show you. See, got a view of the Catalina Mountains out there in the distance. Way out there, overlooking some of the Tanque Verde area. Got some of those cool purple cacti right there. And then you've got this, get the view out that way as well. A lot of desert, guys, and this is just a small portion. But I wanted to just let the video go and show you pretty much the entire area of this park. This side is a one-way road, as you can tell. There's not much room. Wow. There's nothing but saguaros out there. Wow. So what do you guys think? People watching, if you're new here, or if you've been a W Crew member, what are your guys' thoughts on where to look? What are your guys' thoughts? If you were out here in Tucson, where would you be looking? If you guys could comment below. And also, what's your 4 months in now? What is your thoughts on what happened? What happened to Nancy? Maybe you guys could put that, make 2 different comments. And one on where would you search if you were out here, and another one on what do you think happened? Was it one person? Was it more than one person? Was this planned? Was it a burglary gone wrong? Was it a kidnapping gone wrong? What do you guys think? There's more washes we're driving over right there. When we do get rains, those washes right there, if it's a heavy rain, a monsoon rain, a real heavy rain, those washes will flood the roads out, so they make it dangerous to try to cross when they're flooded like that. They'll put road barriers up a lot of streets to try to keep people from crossing. You can see even something like right here, where you can see the water's just going to go right on the road right there. Little arroyo. Yeah, what is your guys' thoughts? Go ahead and share them below, and I'll read your guys' comments. Yeah, so you can see, I gotta move the camera, I gotta stop real quick. can see out to the left here, there's actually houses right, they're on the other side probably. They're not technically in the Saguaro National Park. They're right on the boundary though. But there are houses. See, and there's a road right there, like a residential road. So even areas like that, you can drive into some residential road that goes right up against the Saguaro National Park. So there's areas like that as well. This is called Cactus Forest Overlook. Cactus Forest Overlook. There's a little pull out here. And you can see more houses out in the distance. And the Catalina Mountains out in the distance. Let's put this back in here. There we go. All right, clipped in. Yeah, so it'd be interesting to know if somehow you've come across my channel or videos and you haven't been following a lot of the Nancy Guthrie case, maybe include that as well. Let me know if you've been following it, real invested in the case, invested in the outcome, or if you've kind of been a casual observer, or maybe this is the first time you're hearing about it and you're saying what happened, yeah, let me know below. What's your thoughts on what happened? I know a lot of people's thoughts at the beginning, if you've been really following the case closely, maybe your thoughts from that first week or first couple weeks or days, maybe your thoughts and opinions have changed. Maybe you don't think what you thought when Nancy was first taken. Now maybe you think something else maybe happened, or maybe you do. Maybe you still think it's what you thought from day one. Everyone's got different thoughts on it, and it's kind of nice to kind of hear everyone's different thoughts and views. So let me know what you guys think below. Not sure where that goes. Dirt road. Not sure where it goes. We'll keep following on this right here. We won't go. Oh, there's a little road runner. We missed him. We missed the road runner. Little road runner, beep beep. A lot of cool wildlife out here. Gila monsters. If you've never seen a Gila monster before, you should look it up. Look it up on Google. Gila monster. Gila. Gila monster. Don't want to mess with those, just like you don't want to mess with the rattlesnakes. And there is plenty of rattlesnakes out here. Here's some of the cholla, different types of cholla cacti. There's one up here. And then look at how big these thorns are on that sucker. Look at that. There's another little wash. Another wash. Desert Ecology Trail, huh? There's another little pull-out parking lot. Wow, we've already been going 30 minutes still. There's another little pull-out. Continuing on. Yeah, like I said at the beginning, there's old abandoned mines up in here, way up on the side of the hills. You know, there's a lot of old abandoned gold mines from way back in the day out around Tucson, surrounding areas, old gold mines, abandoned gold mines. Wow, let's look at the area out here. Hopefully it comes through well on the video. It's just such a large desert area. It's pretty wild. It almost seems endless. But then you're not that far from the city. It's also kind of interesting to think about how you can feel so remote, but you're still not that far from the city if you think about it. I don't know if you guys have seen, I'm sure you guys have by now, at least for those who have been following the Nancy Guthrie case closely. Sheriff Nanos, the Pima County Sheriff, he did another interview the other day with KOLD, their CBS affiliate for Tucson. Pretty much a nothing burger interview. No, some sort of Ranger or something in that white truck, some sort of government vehicle. But yeah, the interview is pretty much a nothing burger, no new information or anything. He's good at talking. He's an elected official, so he's like most politicians, where they can go on for an hour without answering a question or without really telling you anything. He definitely has that skill. You got to give it to him on that one. He's got that skill down to a T. He knows how to say a lot without saying anything, really. Wow, look at that over here. That's cool. Wow. Look at that saguaro. That thing's gotta be old. How big that one is. How many arms? Wow. Very cool. It's a nice view. Wow. The Riparian Overlook. Wow. Wow, that's pretty nice. Nice, cool view. Wow. It kind of seems endless out here. Another pull out here. Starting to see more of the rocks, I guess a little higher elevation. See where the water flows down on the side there. Wow, very cool. Almost 40 minutes driving in here. It's a very vast area. I'm not sure how many square miles, but it's a lot. Rincon Mountains overlook. Wow. There in the distance you can see it's some of the city out there, some of the Air Force Base, some of the city out to the right there. Very cool. Hopefully this gives you guys more perspective. I'm sure other people have shown you. In fact, I know other people have shown similar probably videos and stuff, but just it's always good to see more. See it for another time or a different view or different angle. There's another little wash. And I know people have, I've heard detectives talk about former Pima County detectives who mention that bodies have been found out here. Because if you're thinking like a criminal, you might pick something like this because you don't have to worry about maybe like a new housing development or a new commercial development coming in and digging up the land and finding whatever you might have hid out there. So they pick lands that are kind of protected, where they know that nothing like that, no new construction like that, at least for the most part, be pretty safe out here. These protected lands, national parks or state parks. You kind of have to put yourself in the shoe of the criminal. It's just not easy to do, but Javelina rocks. Yeah, so I think it was the Javelina wash that we drove by. Wow, look at these rocks. Wow. Whoa. They're huge, guys. They're huge. I don't know if it comes across on video how big they are. Wow. They are huge. As you can kind of tell by the cactus how big they are. Wow. Crazy. Very cool. So we're just winding around here. This must be the Javelina wash that I was thinking about. They might all have different names. I can't remember. There's little washes like that. all throughout here just to take the water down from higher to lower, and then they eventually funnel into the other washes that I've searched as well. Pantano, Tinka Verde, all those other washes, eventually Rito River Wash, Santa Cruz, they all kind of, water all eventually ends up there from these mountains, Rincons or Catalinas. Water eventually all gets there somehow. And so this is now looping us back around. So that was pretty much it. We just looped around the Saguaro National Park, Saguaro East. And I'll say it one more time. If you're in the Tucson area and you have any information, even something small, maybe a roommate started acting weird, or maybe a roommate was joking about doing something like this, something like what happened to Nancy. Maybe you thought it was a joke. Maybe a roommate or somebody that lives with you, they always stay home all night, but on this night, the night that Nancy was taken, they left in the middle of the night and they came back late next day. I don't know. I'm just throwing out ideas. Just any kind of odd behavior, or if you heard someone overheard somebody talking about how they wanted to do something like this, or they did something like this, or know anybody who talks about who was breaking into houses in the Catalina foothills area, anything like that. I know sometimes it's not easy to, if it's like one of your friends or something, not easy to turn a friend in, but we're talking about 84-year-old lady, guys, who was taken from her house, sleeping by herself, woken up in the middle of the night by a guy wearing a ski mask. So I think we can throw all that out the window about not turning somebody in, because this is just plain evil what this person did. So please, if you know anything, even something small, even if you don't think it might be something that leads to finding Nancy or finding the person or persons who did this, please just call the tip line, let them know. It's better to be safe than sorry. Like I said, if money's your motivation, there's over $1 million on the line. It's just the right thing to do as well, guys. So as we wind back out to the road out here, I just want to say thanks for watching, guys. If you're new or old, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. It helps push the channel out to new people. But thanks again for watching, guys. Hope y'all have a great rest of your day. Check my channel out for more of my searching videos. I go live at least several times a week. We go live and we go looking for answers, looking for clues. But yeah, if you could just support the channel by liking and subscribing, I'd really appreciate it, guys. Please have a great rest of your day, and we'll see y'all next time. Thanks for being with me today, guys. Bye.